Welcome everybody to Scarves and Spikes pre-match against LAFC. Tyler, what's going on?
Nothing much. Made it home from Open Cup safely after some mechanical trouble. But I'm kind of excited about this lineup. I'm not gonna lie. I like it.
It's something, and we're going to share it here in a minute. But I have to say the line. I've been practicing this. Manchester is red today. Manchester is red. However, Atlanta United is blue. Get it? The blue.
You nailed it, buddy.
I've been practicing. And I worked the screens well. No Sydney, and I could still do this. Got the graphic up. I got the music. We're rolling.
Killing it.
I don't think I can get much better than this.
Is this where you peaked? Have you peaked entirely?
I don't think there's much more I could do after this, but all right. So the lineup here, no Almada to start, because I think that's what people are interested the most in. Almada is on the bench today, which is a good sign going forward, especially since you have Miami on Wednesday, right? Yeah, Wednesday.
Yep.
So we'll see with that. But you wanna talk about the lineup here, Tyler?
Yeah, I mean, I think you got a team that's just trying to figure something out, right? They're doing everything they can to break up a really bad run of form. And sometimes that's just like, you got to throw wrenches and things. You got to throw wrenches at your opponent. I mean, we knew Nick Firmino wasn't going to be playing, so it's not like he was going to play as the number 10 anyway. He played 120 a couple of days ago. So Daniel Rios, I mean, I think he's been mobile enough and he's been dangerous enough, I think, to slide in at that number spot and see what you can get out of him. I mean, it's not going to change up your entire formation, and he's going to want to get forward. He likes to kind of be in that top of the box, just outside the box kind of area already. Chiare has been in pretty decent form, and now you got Silva and Saba back together. So if you can shake off everything that's been going on bad on that left-hand side, you got Gregerson back as well. I mean, that's a big deal starting. This is a pretty strong lineup, all things considered, but now they just have to go execute.
Agreed. I want to see what this looks like on the field. I mean, you're playing a good LAFC team. And, we talked on the show on Wednesday with Jake Ziven. I mean, they're improving. Like, at the beginning of the season, people were a little bit worried about LAFC, and now they're not so much as worried. And obviously, they're going to be gaining a few big names here in the summer. So, this is the time I guess you want to play them. But unfortunately, just right now at this time, we've got some guys hurt. Now, Williams, he was on the graphic this morning, so I was curious to see if, he was going to be starting. It was a little bit of a tease. Obviously, he's on the bench as well. Maybe we see him come in here for a little bit. Maybe maybe he comes in after half, get some playing time, get him ready for the Miami game on Wednesday. I'm not sure. One thing about this team is they've been really taking care of their players, not rushing them, in too far. So I don't know. Maybe we see him as a substitute. Yeah, I want to see what this does here. This is a game for Atlanta United and its fans where I'm interested to see how the fans react to this game. You're at home. Things have not been going well. A big team's coming to town. They travel well. Tyler, did you see a lot of LAFC fans walking around?
To be fair, I got here like really early. But there's actually like a lot of people here. Also, MomoCon is here, like right next door. So,
what is it?
It's a convention. It's like an anime convention, gaming convention. It's like Dragon Con, but smaller. So there's like definitely that crowd outside as well. But like, no, the answer is no. I haven't seen a single LAFC kid at all. I'm trying to like look from the stands, in the normal like away end section. It doesn't look like it. So I really haven't seen anything that's not either red, black, and gold or like the Resurgence kit colors. I have seen a couple of Forest kits, so I don't know what that means for us.
Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, the fans here, I've been worried. If this goes well, obviously great, fantastic. That's what we're hoping for. If Atlanta starts off slow here, allows an early goal, the last time they were in the Benz, the fans were very vocal here, and that's what I'm gonna be listening for here. Obviously you're gonna be there, you're gonna be able to hear it as well. But as you start hearing it on TV, that's when you start worrying about things in a big thing here. And you're going to Miami, like I said on Wednesday. That's going to be another hard one, especially since Miami's resting half their starters this week. And then after that, then you got Charlotte, right? It's a big week for Atlanta United here. We'll see what happens. But I want to see some goals. That's what I want to see. I want to see shots on target. I want to see exciting. Like I think Sydney's prediction was 2-2. I said to him, I would do anything for a 2-2 game at this point. I need some excitement, right? And I don't want it. I don't want it to be, penalties, anything like that. I want it in play. I want to see this team look exciting again, attack, not try to make the extra, pass to make it fancy. No, get shots on net. That's what you need here. Get your guys some confidence. Get Saba back into it. I know Saba's been trying as much as he can, and he's got to get on fire. We saw some signs from Silva in the last game where he came on and was able to make a few nice moves. Can he get it going? And I thought he looked good at a couple points in Nashville. I really did. Can he get back to that point where he is? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, and I mean, I can almost guarantee you that the front four here have all had that conversation of like, look, we've got to put some shots on frame. You got to be dangerous. Put the ball towards the net. Stop trying to, again, tiki-taka your way into the box and make the easy. Well, I say easy. It's not easy, but it's almost so difficult when you're not executing it that you're shooting yourself in the foot. You got to go back and play fundamental soccer. Your wingers, they got to pick their moments to cross. They got to pick their moments to take guys 1v1. They got to remember that you got Daniel Rios and Bartosz Slish kind of waiting at the top of the box in the attack. They can both put the ball on frame, and you've got Gregerson back there as your break glass in case of emergency. He's going to help you out here, and he should give confidence to everybody else going forward. But you just have to go back to being simple. And I don't mean simple in a bad way. I mean simple, just be fundamental. Towards goal, if you have the smallest opening, take it. Take a shot. Make their goalkeeper work. Put them on their heels. You're at home. Be dangerous. Make this place a place that you want to, bring that fear that you had before to your opponents. It's not hard, right? Like this place, it may be a little less Memorial Day weekend, MomoCon, everything else, but there's still going to be plenty more people here than there are anywhere else in the league tonight. So give them what they came to see,
Yeah, I mean, you got to start getting the vibes back towards this team, and I understand it's hard, right? I mean, like some fans are taking this streak real hard, and I get it. If you're losing and it's fun, that's one thing, right? Losing and it being what it was like on Tuesday when you were there, right? Like that was not fun. When it got to PKs, it was like, all right. Everything else, it was just not fun. And all I want to do is sit down here for, 100 minutes ish and enjoy a game. And, even if it's a draw or a loss, I just want to see this team attack. And, last year we lost a lot of games. We allowed a lot of goals, but we scored a lot. Right. And I'd rather have that than what we've been seeing lately here. Take the attack to them. I still haven't seen LA's lineup come out yet, and I keep refreshing their Twitter. They haven't come up with anything
while you're looking at that, I mean, if you come out and put 8 to 12 or plus whatever shots on target,
8 to 12, we've gotten 2. Like 2 is the most we've had in forever. Go to 3. Start at 3. Tyler. No. You can't jump up from 1 shot on target to 8 or 12. Is that what you said?
8 to 12, yeah.
8 to 12?
8 to 12 shots on target, absolutely.
Did they spike the ice cream machine?
I haven't got ice cream yet, but I'll work on it. Maybe the Coke machine.
Oh man, I don't know what you're on, man.
8 to 12. Here we go.
Daniel brings up a good comment here. We could see a rematch later in the year. Is this a U.S. Open Cup final?
Yeah, 100%, because these are the two teams that, I know we're not favoring Atlanta much right now just because of the form they're in, but these are the two teams that are favored to be in the final. It's just the way it is. So, absolutely, this could be something that you see again in, late July, early August when the final is. So,
August-ish, yeah, I think. Well, the next game's, I think, in July, right?
Beginning of July, yeah.
Yeah, so we've got some time for that. But, again, look at – I've been saying this about the Open Cup, and then I lived it today with Manchester United. It's been a real bad season for them, a real bad season for them. And, they were able to get to the finals of this cup. They had an easier path. They probably had the easiest path of any of these teams to get to that final. And then what did they do? They showed up and they won a trophy. And, whatever ends up happening with this team this year, I would like to say that we won a trophy. It's been a really, really long time. Video game trophies are nice, but real trophies on the field would be great too. So, yeah, that's real important to me here. But, again, we got some time for it. But we've really got to get the play up and going before we even start talking about playing in Indianapolis.
Yeah, I agree. But you got to take it one game at a time, right? Going back to this one today, this is going to be an opportunity to really prove, you're on the right track. You go back to Nashville. It's a 1-1 draw. Cool. Then you go to the Open Cup and you win in the last kick of the game thanks to penalties. It's not a pretty win at all, but it was a win. So this is your chance to actually break a really, really bad streak in MLS play. Just give yourself some confidence. You've got a lineup out there that is strong. It's different. LAFC has no video to look at for Daniel Rios playing as a number 10. At all. So let him.
Nobody ever would have thought there'd be video on this ever, but here we are.
No, but hey, I'll take it. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. And then, you mentioned Derek Williams earlier. He's that is he's not going to see the field unless you just absolutely have to. Isaac, I would love for TRA to pop off tonight. Daniel, I see what Daniel's saying about Fortune. Fortune, I think, is nursing an injury, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that, but I'm 99% sure. So I think they're just making sure they give him plenty of time. But also, you need some of these guys that you brought in. Again, Firmino played 120 minutes. You need Daniel Rios to come in and show what he's about. Jamal Tiara, show what he's about. But yeah, go ahead with what Ben said. So I'm thinking they're actually gonna line up as a 4-4-2. Yeah. I think you'll see it definitely interchange a little bit in the progression, but in the attack, yeah, you're gonna have two guys in the box, I hope, at any given time in the attack, minimum. So it'll be curious to see the way this one plays out. But you can't fault. Oh, there's an LAFC person. You can't fault Pineda for trying something. You got to try something different because what you're doing is not working.
Exactly.
I'll take it.
Yeah, trying something different. That's more than fine. If things aren't working, give something a shot here. But I'm just hoping this isn't a slow start. I could see this, because this is a little bit different. I could see them potentially starting off slow here and really gaining rhythm in the second half. I just, we got to make sure, defensively Slish and Gregerson and Abram can just keep them out of the net in the first half. If you can get out of that first half with the lead or even just, 0-0 and then go in the second half, maybe you'll finally start gaining some rhythm there with this, but we'll see. Oh, you went out there, Tyler.
My bad. I agreed with you, by the way. But Ben saying looking for less reliance on crosses from the wings. Maybe having two strikers out can help. Cross accuracy is low on the eye test at least. I mean, and that's what I've been saying. That's what I was saying the other day, right? Like, it's too predictable at this point. It's not that it's an ineffective strategy. It's just you have to. It's got to work. You've got to have guys getting on the end of these crosses. They have to be accurate, and lately they haven't been. And so, when it's that predictable as well, it gives the center backs, the fullbacks, anybody defending it, gives them knowledge of where to position themselves in relation to the attack. And if you're always going down the side and whipping the ball in, it's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. So I think having somebody like low key, like Daniel Rios, kind of outside the box in that number 10 position, might give you something a little more vertical and a little more dangerous than you've had recently. I mean, it might take LAFC by surprise.
Yeah, for sure. Isaac's asking when Armas can get a chance with the first team.
I mean, Armas is in that Nick Firmino boat from last year, right? Like, they're not going to waste any call up on him unless they absolutely have to. Because you do have Jay, you do have Muyumba, you do have Slish. You've got the guys there, right? If you need them. Armas is one that I could see them bringing up later on in the Open Cup if they make it that far, right? Like when you really need somebody that's going to give you something big off the bench. Or, of course, in case of a knock on wood, in case of emergency. So hopefully it doesn't come to that. But he's in a flow right now with the twos, and he's getting plenty of time. And you don't necessarily want to take that away from him to, sit on the bench for the majority of a first-team match.
For sure. Well, everybody, Tyler and I are still trying to figure out. We want to do something tomorrow, or we're going to try and figure out a time to, I think we'll go live at some point, but we're just seeing where the weekend takes us at this point. And then we'll be back Tuesday, or no, not Tuesday. If we're doing it, Wednesday. We're going to be doing a watch along on YouTube, so come hang out with us on there. I'll be in the Discord tonight watching the game, so if you want to join the Patreon, we have a great Discord of some people in there, and we had a fun chat during the Open Cup game, probably made the Open Cup game watchable. So it was a good time. So join me in the Discord tonight, and let's all just talk together, and then we'll be on later for Spaces, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. The LAFC supporters are here.
Is Will Ferrell there?
I don't know. I don't see any poofy hair yet. It's a decent little turnout, actually. You see them streaming in right there.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's probably 30. The other thing I'll throw out there as well, obviously we have Spaces tonight as well. It looks like we got some of the dates locked down for the next live shows at the Signia, the Nest on 4 bar, June 2nd, that next game going into June, and then the 2 Copa America matches here at the Benz, so June 20th and June 27th. So mark your calendar. Even if you're not going to the Copa America per se, come out because we'll be doing a pre-match show. We'll hang out, and then you can stay at the bar and watch it if you don't want to actually pay to go in the Benz and hang out with everybody. But make them fun. We'll have a good time. And we'll definitely get some more information out about it soon, kind of like, any potential specials or whatever else they may have going on. But just keep an ear and an eye out.
All right. Well, kickoff's at 7:40. Enjoy the night. Hope for some goals and no booze. No booze. No paper mass over paper bags over people's heads. All positivity. And if you see Will Ferrell, say hi. Emilio. See? I said I wanted to hear train horn. There we go. Emilio, yeah, Gigi is not around. I wouldn't take... I don't know if you're leading into the rumors of Giakoumakis and all of that, but I wouldn't look into that too much. He's probably just hanging out somewhere, hanging out with Arthur Blank, watching the game. But just stay positive. Giakoumakis is going to, hopefully stay. And we'll talk to you later. Have fun, Tyler.
See y'all.
If there's 8 to 12 shots, I owe you a beer on target.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Bye.
See ya.
See you guys.